a sharp object. I don't have a knife with me, but I have a pick. So, Maddie, you can either choose to join them people who went to go see the Titanic, or you can come deal with me, because either way, it's gonna end the same. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Season 10, Episode 17. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. I have a question to ask you guys. So I do reviews on TikTok as well, and somebody had said that my voice sounds fake. Does my voice sound fake? They're like, oh, it sounds like an AI. I'm like, I sound like AI. Anyways, child, as we know, Molly has been dumped from the island. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day.
Oh, Molly. I don't even know what to think.
I feel so happy.
One of the biggest shocks I've ever actually gone through in my life.
I love you so much, you know, don't you?
But she's not your girl, bro. You can't leave. You can't leave.
It absolutely killed me how I felt like there were more emotions coming from Munch than there were from Judas. And like, we know for a fact that Munch loves that woman. When he said, oh, I love you to bits, no, he literally meant 2 bits. Like, he will love you so much that he will crush you into itty bitty pieces. Okay, Molly, for safety reasons, it is best you are back in the UK. Oh my Lord. Here goes Ty. Ty is like a menace to a degree I've never experienced, thank God. And I feel for Ella. At times I'm like, hey, Ella, he has shown you, sis, you need to leave. But then I'm like, oh, to have to deal with this man, oh, wow, what a heartbreak. Speaking of like the actual dumping that happened though, I kind of like how abrupt it is. A lot of people were like sad for Molly in the way in which it happened, but I kind of like it for the sake of, you know, this is the 4th week now, and you're still talking about, oh, it's early days. It's been a month of living with these people full time. The couples that have been together since damn near the beginning, the early days thing doesn't really work anymore, you know? So it's like, make a decision. Because as easily as Molly left, your girl could go too. Things are obviously kind of awkward with Katie because essentially she's the reason why Molly has gone, but Judas is not making her feel guilty about it.
I was like, oh my God, I hope he's not funny with me.
I can't be mad about something that isn't your fault, innit?
Do you wish I didn't pick you?
That surprised me. Nice surprise, but definitely a surprise.
How do you reckon Zach approaches this now?
Later, Molly. She's gone. It's done.
Obviously,
let's move.
Ty is actually on smoke. The way he just dashed away the girl like that, like he's like, who's Molly? Who cares? Katie is here. You get to know her, okay? He is the anti-Theo. He's like, don't go with her. Are you crazy? There's a new girl in here, and there are more girls to come. You're gonna waste your time chasing after one girl when there's plenty in here? What a mess. I actually feel like Judas would have the same mentality if the dumping didn't happen so abruptly. You know, if it was like okay, we know that the stakes are that she could go, or maybe if it was a vote of the islanders, you know what I mean? But because it was so like slap in the face, he has to tread a little bit softly. Sammy is saying that he is having a hard time being in the villa, but not being coupled up with Jess.
And seeing you with Mitch, or even wake up and just you not being next to me, like it's not nice, and like it's a weird thing. But even just the thought, like even just being in bed without you, like it's weird and it's not nice.
So
exactly.
where's this going then?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
You're not even my usual type I would go for, so don't even play me.
This conversation confused me because when Jess was snapping at him at first, I was like, I don't understand where this energy is coming from. Like, you've been asking for this man to want to rekindle things with you. Here he is essentially saying he wants to rekindle things with you, and you have an attitude. But later on, it was her issue with him is like, you say things, but you don't mean it because of how you move. Like, you say you think about me all the time and you wish you were with me, but you monopolize your time with, what's her name? Right? So don't come to me with these sweet nothings unless you're going to act upon it. Later on in the evening, it did make more sense because even Mal herself is like, he talks to me like I'm the only one he's really interested in at this point. So him saying all of that while he's cuddling me in bed, like, it just doesn't make any sense. It definitely doesn't make sense. He says some more things the next day that I'm gonna get into, but it's like, Sammy, don't do Jess like that. Really don't do Jess like that. If you want to be with Mal and you feel like that connection is stronger, leave Jess alone. Oh, before I even get off that, why is Mal on the same type of time that Sammy's on? Sammy was on Smoke talking about she's not even my type and then she's gonna play me? And here goes Mal. He's not even my type and he's gonna play me? Will Mal show Sammy flames? Listen, I would like to see it. Sorry guys, I just noticed my mic went out for a little bit. It's not that big of a deal, but whatever. Where was I? It is the next day. And it's Catherine's birthday. That doesn't mean too much right now. I mean, happy birthday, girl. Mwah, besos. But it's going to mean something in a few minutes, okay? After the morning debrief, because the morning debrief is just telling us everything that we already know. So Judas is talking to Katie, and it seems like that Judas that we know, the reason why we do call him Judas, is creeping back in.
Yesterday's happened. Today's fresh day.
Okay.
I am happy that you picked me.
Quite easy on the eye.
Quite easy.
Quite easy,
I
so
can
that
take quite
helps.
easy. If anyone was going to be able to turn my head, it would have been her. She's definitely a beautiful woman.
Aesthetically, I can see it. I could see it with Molly too. It's just that I was annoyed at how they got together. But aesthetically, I can see it. You know, what? I can see it. I feel like when I was looking at Molly, she does have that more like, how do I say it without making it seem like I'm throwing jabs at Katie, which I'm really not. She has a more like Barbie archetype, whereas Katie has a vixen archetype, you know? And I would actually see Molly better suited aesthetically with Munch than I would with Judas. And I see Katie more suited with Judas aesthetically. Now, when it comes to the actual connection between the two of them, she's talking about, you know, at my age, I'm trying to find the love of my life. At my age, you know, my eggs are drying up. At my age, girl, you're 27. Because if you're old, that means I'm old and I'm not old. Please. I don't think it's going to work on the outside at the very least because, listen, Judas might not be saying much, but he's on the exact same time that Tyrique is. And Katie might not be saying much, but she's on the exact same time that Ella is. And look at how that relationship is going. Speaking of Ty and Ella, this man literally opened his mouth and said to this girl, I missed the game.
She easily could have picked you last night.
But she didn't. If being closed off is what you want and need right now, I can't give that to you.
If you've done one thing for so many years, when you do something else, it's going to be weird.
I missed the game.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Go back to the game then.
They say actions speak louder than words. Honey, the actions and the words have been shouting to you. Tyrique is not the man to invest in. Not for a relationship, which is clearly what you want. And so to constantly be wanting this man to change, and he has told you, I'm not that guy. I will not be that guy. I might be that guy in the future, but the future is not right now. It is now up to you to decide, am I going to stick with this or not? And even the girls are telling her, like, how long are you going to keep dealing with this? Because he's obviously not going to be the man that you want him to be. You cannot force him to be that man. So are you going to wait for your man to come, or are you going to stay here and keep getting your heart broken? Then she's getting emotional, and I do feel for her. I do. But I'm just like, the man has showed you who he is.
Who said that?
I missed the game.
You can't be that girl.
I won't even lie to you. On the outside, he'll taste the game again.
I definitely need to take a step back from him because he literally is having his cake and eating it too. Molly literally went home and it was this close to being me, and he's not even fazed by that.
I kind of do like that she's having this emotional moment because it's like, sit in those feelings. Remember that man and how he made you feel. Remember how sad you felt. Remember how insignificant in his life you felt. And this is not to say that Tarique cannot be a good boyfriend. Tarique is not a good man. I'm not even saying that. But in the season that Tarique is in right now, it's not the kind of man that Ella is looking for. So remember these TS. Remember them. And go on to somebody else, girl. If that's what you want. Sammy, who just tried to rekindle things with Jess, is now telling a different story when he's talking to Mal.
She was getting a little bit upset and just sort of saying how can I forget about her that quick, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, without sounding bad, like, I preferred being with you.
Oh, so we're just going to sit up here and lie. We're just going to sit up here and lie? He's making it seem like Jess was questioning him, like, do you even still think about me? Do you even want to be with me? And he was providing her with some reassurance. That's not what happened. What happened was you pulled her for a chat and you said, I think about you all the time. Even when I'm in bed, I wish that it was you. A, B, C, and D. And then she started questioning you, saying, what are we even talking about? Because if you're going to talk about it, be about it. So for you to not flip the script on her, I didn't like that. Sammy, I did not like that. As we know, this week's challenge is the heart rate challenge. Baby, there were some unexpected things. Oh, I even forgot the whole Medi thing happened, y'all. Oh, now I'm upset all over again. Let's talk about what happened in the heart rate challenge, okay? Jess is first, and I will say it was tantalizing, honey. Just ask Sammy.
Tasty!
Ella is next, and she was intentionally trying to show Ty that she can take her energy elsewhere. Whitney surprised a lot of the guys, and I love that for her. I really, really do. But honey, the way she was looking at Midi, I'm like, oh my goodness, she wants to take him to the hideaway tribe. I really liked Leah's outfit. And we all know in the unseen bits that she can dance. So, you know, she did her thing. Then you have Mal. I actually looked away because it was just so awkward. The main event was Catherine. Catherine ate down. And honey, if influencing does not work for her, she has a new career. A go-go dancer, a something. An adult entertainer, honey, something. All right. And last was Katie, and I would be lying if I said it didn't look awkward. It did give stiff. It did give stiff. So for this one moment, I kind of wish we did get to see Molly. Because we know Molly does this whole splits and twerk thing. The girl can move, okay? Katie, on the other hand, cannot. So the heart rate challenge for the guys, Ty was first, and the man looked it good. The man looked it good. He looked good, except for the grind. The grind for me was sadly not as good as I thought it was going to be. Then next was Montel. He's such a cutie. I like that he danced too, you know, added a little bit more entertainment than just grinding. For Scott, I had low expectations. I did. I had low expectations, but the grinding was better than Tariq's. That's interesting. Medi. Not my voice, not my voice shaking. Yeah, let's just move on, child. Judas was my personal favorite. I would be lying to you if I said that it wasn't. And Whitney was asking for more. Honey, I do not blame you, okay? Next was Sammy, who actually did a lot better than what I expected. And the way that he flung Mal around, I said, oh. Okay, now. All right, Sammy. And last was Munch, and I feel like we could have saved Sammy for last because, honey, what was this? All right, now. So the results of the heart rate challenge, I'm going to speed through them, child, because there was a lot. Ty's heart was raised by Ella. Munch was raised by Jess. Scott was raised by Ella. Sammy was raised by Jess. Medi was raised by Catherine. And if you saw in the unseen bits, the person who Medi would like to have a threesome with, I mean, Scott said the same thing, was Catherine because, you know, Whitney and Catherine are girls and whatnot, right? Scott said the same thing because they're girls. But now I'm just looking at Medi like, it's giving fetish. Anyways, it is. Montel was raised by Leah. Judas was raised by Leah. Oh yeah, Leah. Kat's heart rate was raised by Sammy. Mal was raised by Sammy. Jess was raised by Medi. I can imagine that was very shocking. Leah was raised by Ty. Going back to her roots, I see. Katie was raised by Sammy. Whitney was raised by Judas. Again, honey, I do not blame you. And Ella was raised by Judas. And Tyrique's face, he was not having it. He was not having it. And I'm like, yeah, you really cannot have your cake and eat it too. And it's so frustrating for me because I don't dislike Zach at all. I do not what's his last name? Ty. I don't dislike Ty at all. But he has this mentality that a lot of men have, and it's really frustrating that, like, I can do anything that I want to do. But if you do any semblance of that, I'm going to be pissed off. No, that's not how it works. Treat people how you want to be treated. And if you want to be out here in these streets, don't be shocked if Ella's out here in these streets either. And the worst part about their situation is that he knows Ella's not going to be out here in these streets. Not only because she doesn't want to, but literally that's not her. It's not in her being, you know? So he kind of can take her for granted because he knows at the end of the day, she's going to be waiting for him. Ella, girl. Ella, this is your time to stand up. This is your time to stand up. Also, Whitney, I love you. And I root for everything you do, all of your decisions. But this one time, I'm not rooting for you because I need you to dump that man wherever he was found. I cannot stand the way this man treats this girl. And I've been giving him passes because I'm unsure if this is how Medi is or if there's an actual disconnect between the two of them. And if this is who you are, I don't want this for my girl. I don't want this for my girl. I've been making excuses because of like cultural differences, maybe language barriers and stuff like that. F all of that. At this point, you're taking my girl for idiot. And I hate it. I hate it. I don't know who you think you are to be dashing this girl away like she's some kind of waste, and she's not. She's such a friggin' treasure, and I'm saying this off of what I see on all platforms of social media, on Twitter, on Discord, on Instagram, on TikTok. Like, she is just, she is too good for this man. She really is. And he has disrespected her too many times. I'm so done. I am so done. And I have no faith in the producers, even though they've been doing a really good job. I have no faith in them bringing them somebody who's actually going to be a viable candidate for Whitney. And that pisses me off. That really makes me upset. Anyways, child, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Whitney, when you get out, hit me up. Like, you're my girl. Like, I really want the best for you. And this man is not it.